Hey guys, thanks for tuning in today. Today we are back after a short break with the holidays and everything that's going on. And we're going to do a fun, easy, one pan, small mess meal. We're going to do a one pan Spanish roasted chicken. This is full of vegetables and protein. We're doing chicken thighs today. You can easily substitute this for chicken breast or even salmon or cod and do a one bake pan that way. You have to adjust your cooking time a little bit with using other stuff, but we'll stick with doing the chicken thighs today. We're going to go ahead and start cutting up our vegetables. I got a couple of my potatoes cut up already, just kind of save time. And all we're doing for those potatoes is just cutting it in half. Then we're going to quarter it, or cut it in half again. So we're quartering the potatoes. If you don't want to do baby gold potatoes, you could easily do some sweet potatoes in here. You could do russet potatoes, red potatoes, fingerlings. I just kind of like baby gold potatoes, so we went with that. And then we got some cherry or grape tomatoes. Just want to add those to the bowl like that. And then we got a purple onion here. We're going to cut both ends off the onion. And then we're going to let it cut side down and cut it in half. Peel it, which should be pretty easy to peel since we got edges everywhere that we can get our fingernails under and get the peel. I'll throw all of that away. Clean that up a little bit. And I'm just going to make a tic-tac-toe board in the onion. And by that I mean we're going to cut it in thirds one way, turn it, and then cut it in thirds again. And it looks like a tic-tac-toe board. And we're just going to take that and throw it in there. Don't break it up that much, because if we just get like a single onion petal, that's going to kind of burn up in the cooking process. They'll break up a little bit as we kind of toss everything, but not too much. And then we got 2 bell peppers. I'm doing yellow and red. You can do orange and green. Any 2 will work. I'm just going to cut this in half through the stem, and then just kind of cut on a little bit of an angle and get some chunks out of it. I'm kind of just cutting and staying away from the core. And we'll just take these chunks and throw them in the bowl like that. So we're just going to cut this at a little bit of an angle. And then we got a little bit of seeds there. We're leaving these big as well, because if we cut these up into smaller pieces, they're going to burn up whenever we roast it in the oven. So you kind of got to think, we got the potatoes in there. They're going to take a lot longer to cook than a piece of an onion. So we're going to cut the potatoes smaller and leave these bigger. And then if it's too big, you can always cut it in half whenever you go to eat it on the plate. And that way everything will cook evenly, and you'll have a nice roasted tomato or potato and a nice roasted pepper all in the same time. And I made some of this before just to kind of show you all the finished product. I really wish you all could smell it. I know everyone talks about smell-o-vision and it smells great. Our camera guy even said when he came in, it smells awesome in here. So it smells good. I got some Spanish onions. These are stuffed with the peppers. You could do garlic stuffed onion or garlic stuffed olives, not almonds. I would stay away from the blue cheese stuffed olives for this. Just kind of find one you like. I wouldn't do Guatemala olives just because we're kind of going Spanish themed here, and those are more Greek olives, so the flavors really wouldn't kind of work that well. And I got some sausage here. The recipe calls for chorizo, but Kroger didn't have the kind I wanted. So I went with a nice smoked sausage, and just add a little bit extra Spanish paprika to it. They have the Mexican chorizo, which kind of comes in a small tube, and it's really soft. I love that stuff, but for this recipe, we wanted the actual hard smoked chorizo, so we could cut it and have chunks of it. So we're just going to use smoked sausage instead. And I was kind of cutting some big chunks out of this. I'm cutting them on bias just because I think it'll look pretty. You don't have to. You can just do, slices out of it. So all I'm doing is I'm kind of holding my knife at a little bit of an angle and just cutting down. So we're just getting some nice pieces out of this smoked sausage. And we'll add that to the bowl as well. So like I said, this is a pretty easy, not a big mess meal. We have a cutting board, a knife, a bowl, and then, we got a little bit of oil here. We got a 1/4 cup of oil, tablespoon of red wine vinegar, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, teaspoon of salt and pepper, about 3 teaspoons or a tablespoon of smoked Spanish paprika. The recipe calls for 2. I'm adding extra because we want that chorizo, and that chorizo has paprika all throughout it to give it that nice red color. Then we got a teaspoon of oregano. I'm just going to mix this up real quick. And we're going to pour this over top of everything in the bowl. And this is what makes it so good. We just use that for salad dressing. It's going to be great. Just breaking up a little bit of that garlic powder. If you have fresh garlic, you could easily use that in here. I didn't have any fresh. I thought I did, so I'm just using garlic powder. And I'm just kind of tossing this all together with my hands. And you can see the paprika is kind of giving everything a nice little red color. It's going to add some nice flavor. And I'm just going to take it all and put it on a cookie sheet here. I have it lined with tin foil to make cleanup a lot easier. So I'm just putting it all down here. I'm not pouring this out because if there's any oil down the bottom of that bowl, I'm going to use it for my chicken. So we're spreading this out here. You want to try to get one single layer of veggies and everything. Kind of smooth that out to one nice little layer. And I got bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. I'm just going to add to this bowl that we had our veggies in. Just kind of toss it all around. And we're just using the last of the marinade or dressing that we put on the veggies for the chicken. Just going to put that kind of right on top there. And now this will be all good to go. Just going to get this dirty stuff out of the way real quick. I got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. This is going to take about 35 to 45 minutes depending on if you have convection or not. I have some done here. Like I said, I did some earlier just so we can have a finished product, and that looks awesome and smells great too. Just going to take a plate, start grabbing some of the stuff here. That sausage roasted up nicely. These tomatoes are going to smush up and be awesome. We'll move that chicken thigh out of the way real quick. These olives got nice and roasty. The potatoes got a nice color on them. I can't wait to have this for dinner. And what's also nice too is this is a pretty healthy meal. You got plenty of vegetables in here, plenty of color. I always say the more colorful your meal is, the healthier it's going to be for you. And we got the purple onion, the red from the tomatoes and the peppers, the yellow peppers. That looks great. You can get a spoon and take some of the juices from the pan. Just drizzle that right over top of everything. And you got your own little sauce, and it's going to be fantastic. Like I said earlier, if you don't like chicken thighs, you can easily do chicken breast for this, or salmon or cod. You just have to adjust your cooking time a little bit. You can scroll down a little bit below this post, get this recipe. It's super easy to do, and if you got a busy weeknight, this is the perfect thing to do. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.